EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us in downtown New Orleans at the Caesars Superdome. The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead. And we're off in week 2. And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elect to do. This is past the landing zone, and we'll start at the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. First run now for Kyron Williams. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. 2nd down. You look at the Saints defense. And they played well against the pass. Currently ranked 7th in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
Stafford now to throw. And he checks this one down to Williams. And the stiff arm made it a pretty little run. Not a huge gain, but a nice chunk of yardage. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And now it's 3rd and 4.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
And a good result there, as that'll get out of bounds and pin them back at their 10-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. There's Chris Olave. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 17 there and a New Orleans 1st down.
Well, every now and then I can speak from experience, because I do know as a defender it is awfully hard to stay with your man on these crossing routes, because even if you don't get picked, there's a danger of being picked either by one of their receivers or maybe by your own defender. And on that play, that worked quite well.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. The Saints had 0-1 on the year following the loss in the opener. And listen, they knew last week they were in for a tough fight on the road. But now here's the home opener and a chance to get things right.
And I like the way that you presented that, because the bottom line is they didn't come out of that loss discouraged. They just came home and said, hey, if we do what we're supposed to do, protect our home turf, we'll be just fine.
And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. And making the tackle there, Jacoby Durant.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. He'll get 15 and a Saints 1st down.
That's a very nice game there. Confidence-building run. Love the execution up front. And the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. A running play. It's Dowdle. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know that.
And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Rico Dowdle, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Saints go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. His first career touchdown pass, and yeah, it's cliche to say, but he's probably been envisioning this since he was a little kid. That's a cool moment.
It really is. So enjoy the moment, enjoy the time, celebrate, save the full reflection for later, but make sure you grab someone on the sidelines and say, hey, make sure I get that football, okay?
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys are a little bit jumpy. Oh, you understand the same way. Just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went
and now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. Second and 9. Stafford. And this one caught downfield by Evans. Down the left sideline. Touchdown, LA! Mike Evans. His second touchdown on the season. And the Rams are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And that last touchdown drive, a good mix of pass and run. Defensively, they just looked a little out of whack.
And it's so hard to stay up with an offense that has things going so well, where you're guessing and guessing wrong play after.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Rams are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point. His first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not laughing it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds. He's going to go back out there, still be the same confident kid, the reason that they drafted him, and go out and play.
Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. He'll look to Williams to begin things. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of a full 8 yards. And it sets him back for 2nd down.
These guys off the edge are already tough to contain when they're protecting a stationary target. Ask them to hold their blocks when a runner is struggling to find a lane, often an impossible task. Regardless of the outcome on the scoreboard, that will be one of this game's biggest stops.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Stafford. That's complete. It's Elijah Moore. It's going to be a nice pickup, but he also takes a pretty good lick at the end of that one.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. The Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. That's to the... And I think the ball's out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. You can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. So they recover their own fumble. Now they face 3rd and short. They'll fake it. Now Stafford sliding out of the... And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And it goes down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting it back on the sand. And now they're going to go for it. This isn't 4th and inches. This is 4th and 14. Here we go on 4th. Stafford. He'll fire deep, looking for more. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the Saints are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Over the middle and complete to Shaheed. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. The rookie from Colorado on target with that throw, and they've got a first down. So the ball moves from 138 to the other as they come up on 1st and 10. They run here with Dowdle. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. off the play fake. He'll look to throw. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, New Orleans. Mike Gesicki, 39 yards. And the Saints have taken the lead. Solid response that time by a young quarterback. Last drive, interception. This drive, the touchdown pass.
I like how you described it, solid, because you don't get extra kudos for bouncing back if you're going to be a big-time quarterback. You're supposed to do that. But at the same time, when you're a rookie, that's not guaranteed, is it? Sometimes they hang their heads and they go in the tank a little bit. Not in this case. Bounced back, took his team downfield, and threw a touchdown pass.
The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
This is caught by Evans. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Mike Evans. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Rams are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now back to throw. Being chased out left. And the ball is knocked out. And now the Rams have got it going the other way. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
You can admire his willingness to sacrifice his body to try and pick up the first down, and I do. But let's face it, you know his coaches are going to warn him about diving or extending for a marker for this exact reason. So much easier to have the ball knocked free when you're extended like that. So if you're going to dive, you got to make sure you secure the football, which he didn't.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Here's Stafford. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
On 3rd down, here's Williams. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Ethan Evans on now to punt. Fielded just inside the 20. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And with a little under a minute to play, they may be looking to pick up some yardage here, maybe try and come up with a field goal to seize the lead before intermission. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. He'll look to throw. Olave holds it in. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Second down and 3. Looking to throw. Open man left side. Shaheed has it. Now the Saints will use their third and final timeout. So as they talk it over, we step aside. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had it and dropped it. That is an unforced error there, and it takes away what could have been a touchdown. Second and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. Oh, what a read on the outside as it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Rams are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line.
Well, it certainly felt like he was going to challenge this defense no matter what, and he stepped up and tried to throw it to the outermost edge of the zone coverage, and they were more than ready for him. The problem now is if they are limited in what they're doing throwing the football, they got to figure out how to move it without being able to throw it to the outside and throw it downfield.
And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. The final shot before the break. Stafford. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one. And we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee-wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
And the Rams got it. They bring him down. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up third. Now third down and very long. He'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it. And that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
Able to spin free. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. They'll try to get this running game going with Williams. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And some room to maneuver. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A gain there of 21 yards.
What an intelligent play as he found open grass and uncovered quickly. A nice clutch play to move the chains. The defense, they've got to do a much better job of accounting for these shorter routes.
And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
So from the 37, here's a 2nd down and 4. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down. Now a play fake, and it's Stafford. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Instead of a 3rd and 1 run, they go pass, and they get 12 yards out of it. Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. That good for 22 and a 1st down. Williams is going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown.
Well, he'd been the workhorse on this drive, and it would have been unfair to bring someone else in to finish the job. So they go back to him again, and he delivers with a touchdown run.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 21-14. The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. Looking deep downfield. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
No, they were trying to get that touchdown back in one shot.
One shot, trying to help out his defense and let the other team know they were coming after him.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. He may go. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown. Well, Charles, just some visibly frustrated players and coaches on that sideline right now because those halftime adjustments didn't work. The turnover problems continuing here in the second half, and the defense now sitting pretty comfortably as a result of that pick six.
Hey, that's a great observation too, Brandon, because they did make adjustments at halftime. But how about this other group staying a step ahead despite whatever happened in that other locker room? No surprise they're leading, and it's appropriate that those defenders got to add to the lead directly.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42. Great return.
It's the third quarter, and they're down on the scoreboard. And while no one wants to hit the panic button just yet, points are a necessity on this drive. What a great way to get set up.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Rams are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Boy, Charles, you hate to see this for a rookie quarterback. You're hoping it doesn't shake his confidence, but that confidence, it might be shaken because that is 4 interceptions for him now in this ballgame.
It has to be shaken. Wouldn't be human if you weren't. Doesn't matter whether you're a rookie or a veteran. 4 interceptions, you're not sure what you're doing out there. So to me as a coaching staff, I would think very hard about getting him out and trying it again another day.
And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. 41 yards rushing for him now to this point. 2nd down and 4. Throwing is Stafford. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. 23 yards the pickup there.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Back to throw, Stafford. Underneath, caught by the tight end Allen. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Now this offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10. They'll send a receiver in motion left. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Well, just a little too lackadaisical, Charles, and they didn't get up and snap the ball in time. Delay of game.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if he understood where the clock was located. In different stadiums, it's in different places. You have to check that in pregame and make sure you're aware so you don't run into penalties like these.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. To throw is Stafford. It's caught on the right side. Williams. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. Now Williams running left. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
The Rams on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 19. Stafford now to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I see a surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. And this one is right through. And that will extend their lead even further. So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
But, you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And the complexion of this one has really changed a fair amount. That last field goal makes it a 3-score game, so they need points in a hurry. Oh, what a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll drop the throw. Now this one taken in by Olave. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Back to throw again. That'll be taken in by Shaheed. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
It's a gain of 18.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. Shreds him with his stiff arm. And they'll get this down to the 10. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
1st down and goal to go.
They'll set up a throw. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. It'll go as a sack and a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 2nd and goal. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. They're going to look to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. 2 straight sacks have them backed up now for a 3rd and goal. They'll look to throw here. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop them. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Cameron Curl. And the Rams are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. They'll try and run down some clock with Williams. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. Now Stafford. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. The one side gets an interception, but their defense comes on the field and picks them right back up by getting a pick of their own.
And I think you saw the same thing that I did, Brandon. As he ran off the field after making that play, we saw his quarterback seek him out and offer a personal thank you to bail him out a little bit as the offense takes the field again.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he slides to avoid the hit. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
2nd and 9 now. He lets it go deep for Olave. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Looks like they're going to keep throwing to the bitter end. This one's long since over, but give them credit. They're going to go down fighting. That one, incomplete.
The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. Back to throw here. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Oh, yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And now here's another interception. And the Rams are going to take over at their own 30-yard